Can I see your license? Right? Yes, sir, I do.
I understand that. Why are you being hostile? I don't have to talk to you.
Politicians abound, wielding control over our laws. Yet, what occurs when they find themselves entangled in criminal acts? Unearth 5 astonishing instances where politicians face the harsh reality of being caught. Commencing with the case of Martin Hyde, a candidate for Congress, apprehended for exceeding the speed limit, 57 miles per hour, in a 40-mile-per-hour zone, all the while engaged with his phone behind the wheel.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I just called the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see
You
your
know who I
license?
am, right?
Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir.
Immediately after the officer introduces herself and requests Martin's license, a conflict ensues. He even dares to utter, "You know who I am," attempting to evade consequences.
I'm sorry? I still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah, okay. What's your name?
Officer Baskin, it's going to be on the citation. Can I see your insurance, registration, and your license, please? Sir, can I have your paperwork, please? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Play with this video.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, darling. I'm telling you what to do.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration?
Amidst a verbal exchange between them, we witness Martin's overestimation of himself as he subtly issues menacing threats to the officer's career, and at times requests her to contact her supervisor. Despite these ineffective tactics, Martin continues to escalate threats, emphasizing the impact on her career decisions and questioning her motivations.
I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why are
sir.
you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Says who? Where's your video?
All right. Hang tight.
Observing a lack of cooperation from Martin's side, Officer Sebastian opted to return to his vehicle and generate the necessary ticket. Despite the officer presenting the citation to Martin, he adamantly refused to accept it.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
10-14-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
You don't want your paperwork?
6142 Canadian 51 Great
You don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm not
issued a
interested in
citation.
anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
Are you going to be issued a
There's
citation?
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
All
right. Sir, you're going to be issued a
it.
citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. Your fine is
right here.
$256. Information in the back.
It's
You're going
right
to have
here.
an option to
It's on
plead
your
guilty,
camera.
an option to plead not guilty, and an option to take a safe driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine, and it will reduce your points. If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If you
He said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete...
before like this.
Okay.
And he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
Sir?
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
Predictably, candidate Martin declined to accept the issued ticket and asserted that he had contacted the officer's supervisor. Furthermore, he audaciously claimed that the officer had been rude to him, even though he had initiated threats against her career within the first 30 seconds of their interaction.
You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Okay? You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Your fine is $116. Information in the back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty and an option to plead not guilty.
Following the issuance of the citation and provision of necessary ticket details, the officer had to return to her car and patiently await the arrival of her supervisor. Unfortunately, candidate Martin continued to exacerbate the situation, making it even more troublesome.
Sir, step back into your car or stand on the sidewalk so you don't get hit by a vehicle. It's for your safety. Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir.
After an 8-minute wait, the supervisor finally arrived.
Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration when I asked. He told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know who he is?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, you got identified him?
Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay by to cite him, or is that what?
He already got cited.
Oh, he has already
Yeah.
the citation. So he's just.
From the moment I woke up.
So he's just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Bobby just pulled up.
Okay.
Sadly, the supervisor doesn't seem to be of much help. The first words out of his mouth were, "Do you know who he is?" Making reference yet again to the power this corrupt politician has and that they need to tread with caution. Now, with the supervisor on the scene, we'll see even more disgusting corruption and everything. Luckily, it was caught on camera.
Hello, Mr. Hyde. I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone?
I did, yeah.
Okay, he's on his way. She requested another unit, so that's what another
Give
unit.
someone a certificate, ticket for no registration when they've got their registration. She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is the expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It'll take 2 seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful.
All caught on camera, candidate Martin Hyde blatantly threatens the officer in front of the supervisor and refers to we when saying, "We are going to make sure she pays the price for being disrespectful," alluding to some context he might add. Not to mention the complete silence on the supervisor's side when listening to such statements.
I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
I was talking to my sergeant. Sergeant, if you don't mind if we could step over off the road onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
it's
second,
public safety
officer.
thing, yeah. Come on then.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes,
in
sir.
union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yeah. Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. And for what reason? I could care less. If they were going to write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
As Martin said it, it would seem that all the trouble he had caused hadn't been because of the ticket itself, as he would be able to afford it easily, but due to the way in which he had been treated by the police officer.
Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, of all the people to do it to.
Yeah, I understand, sir.
It appears as though the infraction was actually a big deal for Martin, as he kept threatening to end the officer's career.
And see.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
She's got it in her head. I know exactly who she is. Frangione told me exactly who she is. That's fine. 7 years might not turn into 8.
Candidate Martin continues to threaten the police officer's job directly to the supervisor until the supervisor leaves the scene to wait for the sergeant's arrival.
Stay in your car.
I just wanted to know if you want me to go back to the station.
You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station. Hey, Martin. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
After the sergeant's awaited arrival, the first thing that seems to concern Martin is the body cam on his vest. This is the reason these body cams exist in the first place, to prevent any corruption that might occur in these situations.
She lied about the cell phone thing. She lied about I don't know, the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration, and she says, "Oh, your registration? It's in the car there somewhere." She goes off. She writes me a ticket. She brings me back a citation. I said, "There it is."
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being fun. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I back you guys left, right, and centre.
I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do
And
know
I
that.
don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to the mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take kind of. She knew exactly, because I said to her, I said, yeah, right away, I said, yeah. She's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's what we do. But I understand.
I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
So it's not what you do, and you know it.
Listen, she has a job to do. I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to dock her video. Right now, she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well, I know there's problems. The difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
You know, how can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration? I mean, as if I get a $150,000 car, I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register the car. Why do that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic officer that
Would you
writes.
give a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you have a video on there, but the fact is, nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. Nobody.
Notice how he adds man to the end of his sentence. He doesn't want special treatment, but uses language that so obviously tells us he does. After a few more minutes of an unfruitful discussion and several more threats to the officer's job, he finally decides to leave the scene. To everyone's satisfaction, he ends up paying the given ticket, loses that year's elections, was unmasked in front of the entire world, and has to do an apology video that makes fake too big of a word for it.
You threatened her position. Why did you do that?
I tried to bully her. I mean, I'm not proud of it. She knew. And if you watch the video, the other cops, when they came up and said, you know who that is too. And the reason they said that isn't because I'm important, but because they know I've spent hundreds of hours working on behalf of causes for Sarasota Police Department, for its pay, for officers' discipline, to help them out. And therein lies the irony. My own son, my oldest son, is a deputy sheriff. And so this isn't a question of Martin Hyde disliking cops. This is a question of Martin Hyde being in a ratty mood on a Monday morning and acting in a way that he regrets. But I am sorry. And I'd like to think that I'll learn from it. I'd like to think other people might learn something from it too.
But regardless of what you think, corrupt and entitled politicians who think themselves above the law don't stop here. Police Chief Jonathan Hempel had been driving when he was pulled over at a traffic stop for a tint violation and for later having an unofficial police plaque in the neighboring city of Molina, Georgia on August 25th, 2022. Little did the officers who stopped him know who they were going against.
What are you doing? Here, come here. You go out.
Say hello, was that illegal?
No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you, well, because it's the window tint violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag.
Okay.
That tag's not even on file.
I see. Yeah. Well, we have to catch up the bill to run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebulon.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Polk worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me
Sir,
over.
I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Right.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket? Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief in Zebulon. Do you want to write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me like
write me a
that?
ticket?
I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping you for one. Look at it's dark.
I have blue lights in my car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights?
Are you writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license.
Literally.
I don't know why you're
I have my driver's license. I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more.
You're the chief and not being very professional.
Your boss worked.
11:11. I'm out here with Illinois.
It took more than a few seconds to fully see Chief Jonathan with an extremely aggressive and disrespectful attitude towards both officers, but more so towards the female officer on the scene, who was able to keep calm and respond properly, despite being told he was a police chief. Then, The police officers ran the chief's license on the computer at his request. And following this, we find out that the license plate actually did come back to the vehicle Chief Jonathan was driving. When the officer tried to notify him about these results, we can safely say that he wasn't really happy about it.
What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First, when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just
It's not a
confirming
Dodge Ram.
Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're
You
making
must have anything back with that tag.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you want to come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir.
Somebody run it wrong. Either you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay,
and get
I
it
got
back
your
to you.
chief on the phone right now. That's
Yes,
fine.
sir. I
That's fine.
understand.
That's fine.
Can you calm down for us,
No.
please?
I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service.
All right.
I'm just saying, I spoke to you guys. I didn't have to do that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief,
I
I'm trying to be
y'all.
respectful with you.
I understand
okay?
that. I understand
I'm not raising my voice or
I
nothing at
understand
you,
that.
right?
I understand
All
that.
right, let's.
But I'm trying to
let's
tell
be
you,
respectful to one
the only
another,
thing I done wrong was spoke. Y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights
No,
at you.
sir. No, we were going to pull you. Actually, I'm
No,
not
you
going to
wouldn't.
lie to you. I'm
No,
telling
you
you straight up. Okay.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officers with blue lights.
Or you threw
and
my
we've dealt with
she
them
threw
before.
my license. If she is getting for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I'm just
Bring it
trying
till you get through.
I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
Despite having been pulled over for committing an action that was absolutely disrespectful towards both his officers, and his license plate not coming back to the car he was driving, Police Chief Jonathan Hempel was finally let go with just a ticket. No more significant punishment for his infractions, just showing once more how corrupt people that are supposed to use their authority responsibly is nothing compared to being one that's found with powerful and illegal drugs. Matthew Riley, a former Crown and City Council member, was arrested and charged with drug possession on May 18th, 2023, after he was caught sleeping in his car with a crack pipe right after court.
No, not at all.
Roads open, Boston.
You're gonna stop. Try not to.
And it was up until here that Matthew seemed like a normal person to the officer until he realized who he actually is.
Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes, yes. I was just on my way back from court.
Bro. Well, a rescue's gonna come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hand, so it's like...
Wait, sorry.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that, and what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't. So a rescue's gonna come here, and they're gonna check you out. As far as I know, there's no drugs anywhere, so I can't. So there's not a criminal investigation. There's more a health or well-being check type thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I obviously have to document it. You can have that back.
Thank you. There will be no arrest.
What?
There will be no arrest.
No. Are there any drugs in the car or anything like that?
No, nothing.
So far in the conversation, Matthew said that he's not under arrest and that this whole routine is only for his health security. He shows a sign of relief after knowing this fact. Little did he know that it wasn't going to be that simple.
How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
All right.
Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay. Do you know if any of that was laced with fentanyl or anything? Because you were out, and looked like you were choking.
Here is a crucial moment for Matthew to show cooperation and honesty with the officer. But instead, he decides to lie about his usage of fentanyl, which is one of the first triggers of his future arrest.
What's wrong with this guy? It's your whole life. Down the drain for what?
So you don't know him at all?
Sadly for Matthew, the substance found in his car finally tested positive for crack, cocaine, and fentanyl. He was finally arrested, and it was here when one of the police officers showed once again how difficult the situation was for them, and he even shared some parental advice to Matthew.
Once or twice.
Yeah, but whoever you buy it from, if you continuously buy it from them, you know who you're buying it from. You don't know what people are putting in it.
No, I understand.
You know, they may have made that, but that's a big rock you got in there. What's that, a $50 piece?
100.
100.
Yeah,
So,
I just got back into this.
This is terrible situation. We're all in a tough spot, but we gotta do what we gotta do right by the numbers. It'll help you in the end. Believe me when I tell you. And you'll say to us a month from now, best thing that ever happened to me. That's what they all tell us. You can't go down this road anymore.
No.
God forbid we find you dead. That's terrible.
Having this arrest gone public, the 41-year-old politician ended up resigning from the city council and as chairman of the Cranston Republican Party Thursday after pressure from the mayor and other council members. But politicians getting caught and being forced to quit their jobs are everywhere. But this one is more special. Karen Z. Turner, a Port Authority of New York, and a New Jersey commissioner whose daughter had been pulled over by 2 police officers as part of a team. Stop proved yet again how being up in the ranks can get to your head to the point of thinking yourself above the law and the consequences of these actions can bring.
Why were they pulled over, first of all? Now don't call me Miss, I'm Commissioner. Thank you.
The video begins by showing us Karen's daughter, whose car had been confiscated due to having a vehicle registration that was 2 years outdated, and the driver didn't have an insurance card. It is right here where we can see Karen's daughter signaling to her with her hand, to which she parks the car and approaches the officers. What unfolded next was one of the biggest proofs of endurance we've ever seen on the police officer's side towards corruption and the disrespect and entitlement of people in higher ranks like this commissioner.
Valid registration, valid insurance card.
How do they know that this is her car? Like, don't you need to give us a receipt or something? Like, how are they going to know that this one
This is the
hers?
receipt. This goes on file.
Hi, I'm Karen Turner. Hi,
It's my
Sarah,
mom.
I'm a resident. There you go.
It's fine. I don't need that.
Okay, fine. I'm
You're
Karen
just
Turner.
you're just here as the rider, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm here as a concerned citizen and friend of the mayor, and been in Tenafly for 20 years. I take full responsibility for them. And what is the reason they were pulled over?
The driver has all the information. He'll tell you.
No. I need to know.
No, you don't need to know.
Okay?
We're not involved here. You're picking them
No,
up.
I'm involved. Trust me,
Well,
I'm
I'm not
very
going to tell
involved.
you. He's the driver of the automobile. He's over 18. That's all you need to know.
Right after she approaches the officers, she immediately asks for information about the whole situation, to her big surprise. She's denied of it by the police officer, who informs her that she is not in any right to know. Especially when the people involved are over 18-year-olds who are considered adults by the law. Despite being denied any involvement in the situation, she persists by giving them her ID and telling them that she's the commissioner of the Port Authority, to which is yet again faced with the 2 cares by the officers.
Okay, if you can...
We don't need to see credentials.
Okay. You need a... Okay, so if there's a problem, I think I have...
There's no problem.
Well, I think there's a problem.
It's an unregistered vehicle.
Okay, let's hear, why were they pulled over, first of all?
Miss.
Now, don't call me Miss, I'm Commissioner. Thank you.
Commissioner.
Yes.
All due
Why
respect.
were they pulled over?
All due respect.
Yep. Why
The
they
driver
pulled
will tell you.
over? No. I need
Yes,
to
ma'am.
know.
The car's getting towed now.
Why is the car getting towed?
Go ask him.
No, I'm asking. You're the person
Go ask
who's
him.
ordered it, and trust me.
Miss, this does not involve you 1%.
Yeah, it does. It does, because I'm picking them up, and
No,
I'm
it's not.
offering to take responsibility for them, and you can't even tell me the charges. I'm also an attorney, so I think if you can't tell me, what is the problem?
That's fine.
Why is it such a difficulty to say why they're being pulled over and why the car's being towed?
Because everything has already been explained.
I know, but I need to know.
Why do you need to know?
Because this is impacting me, because I got 4 people who are coming back to my house, including people who live in New Haven attending Yale Graduate School, a PhD student, and I don't know why it's so difficult to say what the problem is.
The problem, Miss Karen, excuse me, Commissioner. Karen is that in the United States, you can only drive a car without registration for a period of 30 days after you bought it. So after the period ends, it is compulsory for everyone to register the vehicle. Otherwise, you can face penalties of up to $500 or even 60 days in jail if you get caught or pulled over and you don't have the necessary papers, as it seems to be the case here. When asked again, the officers responded that it was all about her demeanor towards them that made them treat her the way they did. Honestly, if someone comes up to you and kindly asks what the situation is, especially if your family is involved, they most likely will explain it. On the contrary, which is the case now, she acts as if she deserved to know because of her political position. If that wasn't enough, Commissioner Karen even began to act aggressively towards the officers as they kept denying her any type of information that she was requesting.
Take a step back. Take a step back.
You can't even describe what the problem is.
Take a step back for me. I can't move back any farther. I keep moving back farther, and you keep moving closer to me.
Because you can't
even
take
a step back?
Put a sentence together
Take a
on what
step back.
the problem is.
Because I'm not, because of your demeanor.
No, I
I'm
came in
under
very
no
nicely.
legal obligation to tell you.
And I'm under no legal obligation to tell you what I will be doing.
Seeing no cooperation from the two officers, Karen decided to start threatening them in what we would consider a subtle way, at least for now. After a back and forth between the officers and the commissioner on the matter and having no response, Karen had enough of it.
You know what? I'm very disappointed in the way the two of you are acting. You cannot even tell me, a mother living in Tenafly for 20 years with two kids who went through the school system, what the problem is. And that's shocking. It's shocking that you can't even give me a sentence.
I think
no,
we should conclude this.
I will.
Just for safety
absolutely.
reasons, this is a high-speed road. I think we should all get off of the road. It's a little bit dangerous for us being out here as long as we were
Thank
anyway.
Thank you for your concern with my safety.
Okay.
I don't need it. You can't put a sentence together. Sorry.
Okay.
That's pathetic. Okay. And you are a disappointment. And you are just following him. So you are also a disappointment. Okay. You can't put together a sentence of what the problem is.
Are you finished now? Are you finished, ma'am?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked and very disappointed. Thank you for your help.
You may take them now.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut the f up and not tell me when I may take my kids and her friends who are PhD students from MIT and Yale. You may tell me nothing because you've told me nothing. Shame on both of you.
Having had an outburst towards both the officers, she doesn't even doubt threatening to use her influence and contacts to get both the officers fired, to which the officers responded in a remarkable way.
I will be talking to the chief of police.
Please.
And I will be speaking to the mayor.
Badge number 540.
I got your name. I got your name.
Just to make sure there's no discrepancy.
I know there's no
Matt is the first name.
No. Don't you worry.
As long as you got all the information right.
I got all your information, sweetheart. You can't put a sentence together. That's shameful.
Okay.
That's shameful.
Have a pleasant weekend.
You have a wonderful weekend. You're going to...
Once they happily saluted each other, the car was finally towed. Despite her persistence in the same argument, she ended up leaving, not without any consequences. However, as after this video went public, it went viral, which forced her to resign from her position and make an appropriate apology video.
The conduct captured on the video is bullying and obstructionist.
But despite all the politicians we've seen so far getting caught and ending up paying for what they've done in one way or another, there's one specific case in which the story turned out a little different. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania judge, Tennessee. Greenacre had been pulled over for tailgating and honking at an East Township officer in an unmarked police car.
What do you think you're doing? Blowing my horn?
Sir, go back into your car. I'll be with you in a second.
You better check the registration on this plate soon, mister.
As the police officer was ordered, he went into his car and checked the registration on the plate of the car, finding out who he had really just pulled over, and what unfolded as one of the biggest proofs of political corruption ever caught on camera.
Have a good day, Judge. You bet.
And just like that, if you're in the right position with the right amount of power, it doesn't matter if you get caught because you can free yourself whenever you want. If you want to see more such cases with the top G, hit the like and subscribe now.